The air stank of salt and sweat that day, a heavy shroud clinging to the narrow throat of Thermopylae. I'd been sent ahead, boots grinding dust into the cliffs, eyes squinting against the sun's glare off the sea. My name's lost to the wind now, but I was there, watching, waiting, as the world held its breath. It was 480 BC, or so the scribes reckon, and the Persian beast Xerxes had come to swallow Greece whole. His army sprawled like a plague of locusts across the horizon. Hundreds of thousands, they said, their banners snapping like vipers' tongues. We were 7,000 at most, a ragged band of city-states stitched together by desperation. But it was the 300 Spartans who etched their names into the stone of that pass. Thermopylae wasn't much to look at, a bottleneck between cliffs and waves, barely wide enough for a dozen men to stand shoulder to shoulder. The hot gates, they called it, for the sulfur springs that bubbled up nearby, steaming and hissing like the earth itself was warning us. I remember the smell, rotten eggs and iron, mixing with the tang of oiled leather and sharpened bronze. Leonidas, king of Sparta, stood at the fore, his red cloak whipping in the breeze, his voice a low growl as he barked orders. His men were statues of flesh, helms gleaming, spears like a forest of thorns, shields locked tight. They didn't flinch, not even when the Persian scouts crested the ridge and gaped at our defiance. The first day broke with a roar. Xerxes sent his Medes forward, a tide of wicker shields and curved blades, their war cries shrill against the cliffs. I clung to a perch above, heart hammering, as arrows darkened the sky. Thousands of them, buzzing like hornets. "We'll fight in the shade," one Spartan quipped, and I swear I saw Leonidas smirk. The phalanx held, a wall of bronze and muscle, spears jabbing through gaps to paint the ground scarlet. Bodies piled like driftwood, and the Persians faltered, their sandals slipping in the muck of their own fallen. By dusk, the pass was a graveyard, and the Spartans hadn't yielded an inch. Day 2 was uglier. Xerxes loosed his immortals, 10,000 elites clad in scale armor, faces hidden behind masks of gold. They moved like a storm, silent and relentless, their swords flashing in the dawn. The clash was deafening, metal shrieking, shields splintering, men grunting as they shoved and bled. I saw a Spartan, Dinakes, take an arrow through the arm and snap it off without a flinch, driving his spear into an immortal's throat. The Greeks rotated ranks, allies from Thespiae and Thebes stepping in, their courage borrowed from Sparta's fire. The pass held again, but the cost was rising, our numbers thinning like a frayed rope. Then came the betrayal. Ephialtes, a goat-footed wretch, slunk to Xerxes with a secret, a mountain trail to flank us. I spotted them too late, Persian boots snaking through the heights, their torches flickering like demon eyes. I ran to warn Leonidas, lungs burning, but he already knew. His face was stone as he dismissed most of the army, keeping his 300, a few hundred Thespians, and some Thebans. "Go tell the tale," he told me, his grip bruising my shoulder. I obeyed, though my legs screamed to stay. The final dawn was chaos. Persians poured from front and rear, a noose tightening. The Spartans fought with broken spears, then swords, then hands, teeth if they had to. Leonidas fell, a javelin through his chest, but his men raged around him, a whirlwind of red cloaks in defiance. The air thickened with dust and blood, the sea lapping at the shore as if to drink the slaughter. I watched from a distant rise, tears cutting tracks through the grime on my face, as the last Spartan toppled, shields crushed, bodies heaped like a shattered monument. When it was over, Xerxes walked the field, his silk robes absurd against the carnage. He had his victory, but it tasted of ash. 7,000 Greeks had stalled his horde for 3 days, bleeding his army dry. I slipped away, a ghost among the rocks, carrying the story south. Thermopylae wasn't a triumph of swords, but of wills. 300 men who turned a pass into a legend, their echoes louder than Xerxes' millions. The hot gates still steam, and I swear, if you listen, you can hear them chanting yet.